Sean Cowan here with Councillor Partridge. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Councillor Judi Partridge here, and I'm Ward 15 in Flamborough, and I am delighted to be here. Thanks so much, Sean.
Thank you for having a coffee with me.
Yes, and an iced tea.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so what we're doing, we're just chatting about Waterdown, all the happenings, all the construction, obviously a lot of growth. So let's first start out with what's exciting, what's happening, what's coming to Waterdown.
So many exciting things are happening in Waterdown. We have some new restaurants coming. We have a tea at the White House, which is two young fellows who are making fresh scones every day, and they're opening up on Main Street North, right beside the post office in the big red brick building there. A couple of other new restaurants coming. Great news with Stryker Manufacturing, which is building a brand new state-of-the-art 120,000 square foot manufacturing plant out at Clapson's Corners.
Do you know how many employees that will have?
So right now they're currently located in Flamborough on Innovation Drive, and Stryker currently has just over 200 employees, and an additional, I believe, 100 will be coming to their new location. It's something I've worked on for 3 years with our economic development staff,
Nice.
and the principals at Stryker and the developer, and I'm just thrilled that we had the groundbreaking last week, so I'm so super excited.
Obviously a lot of construction, a lot of roads. Let's get to the big one first.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you get asked every day. Can you guess what it is?
No, I can't. I'm dumbfounded.
Number 5, number 6, bypass. Will it be done next week?
Yeah, so it's not number 5 and number 6. That's
Okay.
not where the bypass is going to be. That's an interchange development, which is completely separate.
Okay.
The bypass road, which I believe you're referring to, is also called the Ring Road or the East-West Corridor. Parts of it are under construction right now. So that's the good news. The other good news is that the rest of it will be starting under construction probably 2018, 2019. It is going to take a couple of years to build. In the meantime, we have Parkside Drive, which is now under construction.
Yeah. What's happening? Bypass lanes, like passing lanes?
So Parkside Drive is going to be an upgrade, right? It's going to become a three-lane with a center continuous lane, and that will go from just west of Hollybush all the way over to Main Street North. There will be new sidewalks both sides, there will be new bike lanes both sides, there will be boulevards both sides, 2 additional stoplights. It will be a much safer road, and certainly with all of the development along Parkside Drive, all the urbanization, we really need to upgrade that road.
Is there not going to be a overpass for the students too, so they don't have to cross?
It will be a crosswalk.
Oh, crosswalk,
and
okay.
yes, so it'll be a very formal crosswalk. There will be, flashing lights. The speed limit is going to be lowered actually very soon. So phase 1 is happening right now with a lot of the sewer and the infrastructure connectivity that's going on. Phase 2 is going to start in probably March 2018 over the winter and will be completed by June, July. Now, the crosswalk that's going to go in is probably going to be somewhere around Cole Street, which is where the students tend to cross, hundreds of them. The challenge will be whether or not they will actually push that button to activate that light to actually go across the crosswalk.
So at 5 and 6, is there an overpass being built or no?
So yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the short answer is yes.
Okay.
But I'm still up with the bypass because we now have the north-south bypass, which is going to involve the current Burke Street all the way through to Mountain Brow, the upgrade of Mountain Brow.
Mountain Brow, yes.
And then the north and south new corridor, which will run on Waterdown Road. That's a joint project with the City of Burlington. That will be under construction in 2019, 2020. We have one more public meeting that will be held jointly with Councillor Craven and myself, Councillor Partridge, and we will hold that probably in the spring of 2018 with the final designs. Purchasing property is the biggest thing, and so we're in the final negotiations for just the last 2 pieces of property that we need to purchase. Then the interchange.
Okay.
Yeah, so you asked yes, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So the interchange is actually going to be a figure 8 that will go right at 5 and 6. So it is the interchange. It's a provincial project through the Ministry of Transportation. And so the City of Hamilton has 25% responsibility for it, 75% MTO. That interchange cannot happen until we get the bypasses built.
Oh, okay. So
And
bypasses
yes.
first, then the interchange.
Yes, so that's really super important, because for traffic mitigation planning of what are we going to do with traffic that is currently, I think, 50 to 70,000 vehicles a day going up and down Highway 5 and 6. If they need to detour them, the only detour would be through Waterdown.
Okay.
And, please don't do that to me.
No.
You cannot do that to me right now.
Obviously, goal is to eliminate some of the traffic on Dundas Street, right?
It is.
With the interchange, with the bypass and the interchange.
It is. The bypass, we're very hopeful. Cut-through traffic is a big problem right now, Sean, through neighborhoods, neighborhood
Right.
that you live in.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's a big deal. And so we're looking at traffic calming initiatives that are popping up in different neighborhoods. There's speed humps. We've slowed the traffic speed limit down to 40, bump out sticks, that kind of thing.
Excellent. And then, will there be any new developments coming to Waterdown? I know, obviously a lot of new builds right now, townhomes, detached homes, and some condos. Besides the ones that are currently happening, will there be future development?
So altogether, there's 7,500 new homes to be built in Waterdown, and that's in where you see the current development happening, as well as where you see the empty lands. That land has been designated for growth, and it was all decided on back in the late 1990s.
Okay.
And in the year 2000 was when we lost at the City of Hamilton lost at the Ontario Municipal Board, trying to slow the building of new houses down until we had the new road infrastructure in place. The Ontario Municipal Board ruled against the City of Hamilton, ruled in favor of the developers that they could build all these 7,500 homes as the market permitted. Now, what has happened though at this point, about 1,200 homes have been built, and right now is Thanksgiving weekend, November 2017. And I'm throwing that date in there because whoever's watching this,
Right.
even a year from now, needs to know that there are many more homes to come. And so the other part of the question that you asked was about, outside of that, will there be any further development? It will be mostly intensification. And if I can give you an example of that,
Yeah.
So the property that is currently right at the corner of John Street and Hamilton Street, where the old manor used to be, and right beside Memorial Park, we just approved a new apartment building to go in there. It was going to have over 100 units. We negotiated. I was not going to look at putting something that intense there. It has now been dropped down to 69 units, possibly 65. We don't have enough apartment rental spaces in Waterdown, so I am just thrilled
Excellent.
that we're able to get that. So in answer to your question, there will be more intensification on existing properties where we might have had one home. The infrastructure is there whether you build one home or whether you build an apartment building, with 60 units in it, same infrastructure.
That's the trend we're seeing, obviously, across cities all across Canada. Intensification rather than sprawl.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you for having coffee with me. Anything else you want to chat about?
Thank you for having tea with me.
Pleasure. Latte.
I just want to say that, I'm just so grateful on this Thanksgiving weekend, not only because we have this incredible weather. I mean, who knew we'd be sitting here at 30 degrees on a Thanksgiving weekend? But I feel very blessed and very grateful for everybody in my community and within the City of Hamilton. And for you, Sean, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, happy
Thanks for all the
Thanksgiving.
information.
Yeah, my pleasure.